So our contributor is back. So we've got a lot from a former contributor. Let's go ahead and go through his prep. Said Robert Trump died on 8/15/2020. That was 2202 days, 6 months, 11 days prior to 11/25, including both dates. That is the year 226. And that is an upside down 9/11. The something UVALDE event. You see the word, what it was, occurred on 5/24/2022, exactly 222 weeks. When he says prior, by the way, that's a direct smash hit. If not, then he's including both dates. So that's a hit. And it was the first city on 4/8/2024 to get the eclipse across America that passed through. It was the first city. And that occurred 9/11 months and 10 days after Trump's birth. Interesting. On 6/8/2025, Elon Musk posted character assassination. CA, they like to reverse things. AC, 68 equals Donald John Trump. I know 68 is Donald J. Trump in reverse ordinal. I mean, reverse reduction. I'm not sure how it's 68, but he looks at a lot more different ciphers than I do. That was posted 444 days. Ooh, I need to move the microphone closer. Sorry. 444 days prior to, or 444 days to 8/25. Oh, that one's including both dates. Okay. The Columbine event, 4/20/99, was 9990 days to 8/25, if you include both dates. And that would have been Hitler's 110th birthday. 110 stories of the twins. And Patrick Mahomes, born 11300 days to 8/25. And he attended White House High School. This event could take place at the White House. If he's not going anywhere that day until that day ends, I'll be all about it. He played for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Guns up is their hand sign for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. We remember the Raiders, the right eye utterly darkened Raiders. So Red Raiders just means that right eye that's been shot or stabbed is now bloody red. On the same day that Patrick Mahomes was born, The Simpsons ran a two-part episode called Who Shot Mr. Burns? It was a play on Dallas's Who Shot JR. Columbine presidential candidate Miguel Uribe was shot in the head 444 days prior to, or excuse me, that connects to 8/25. His prior twos are connections. Reason why he says prior to is when you run those ciphers, it includes the start date. And of course, we do it where when we think about things, we don't include day one. The next day would be a day. So, anyway, he was born on the day that they faked the Challenger space shuttle explosion 12886. So, 128, again, is May 8th. And so the Challenger was on 128. What do you know? Challenger equals 49 equals Donald J. Trump in the same cipher that is Antichrist. American Horror Story premiered on 10/5 to 11, including both days. It'll be 777 weeks to 825. The Wizard of Oz was released on 8/25, 1939. 1 week later, World War II began. And in this prep here, we get where Crazy Horse is a 138. We get Hulk Hogan shock the wrestling world by turning heel and joining the Outsiders, New World Order, on July 7th, 96. Historical match. Outsiders face Sting, Lex Luger, Randy Savage. Okay. And Michael J. Fox and Donald J. Trump attended a May 8th, excuse me, on May 8th, 2015. They were at this game at Madison Square Garden and shook hands. Yes. Very interesting. All right. So when we get on with the prep on 7/7/96, the movie Crazy Horse about the Battle of Little Bighorn was released. And its connection to 825 is 11006. And that's a backwards upside down 9/11 that they gave us in Back to the Future, of course. On 3/23/2018, Tale of Two Trumps, Simpsons. I need to run that. Hang on. So 2018, 3/23. Sorry, I thought I had everything prepped. 3/23, 2018. Wow. Include both dates. You got your 3078. I love that. Because anybody that has the number, if you were born on 3/19/98, for instance, your number is 113,886. That's the 88 being 86, the 138 being 86. It begins with 11/3, which is when World Trade Towers opening. It's our best birth number cipher we have. And 113,886 divides evenly by 37 because they are a 1998 number. Then every 37 years, anybody born in that year, their number would be divided evenly by 37, and that division is 3078 for that number. So if you were to, I guess I could have shown you all that 3 times 19 times 1998 divides evenly 3078. And the number is November 3rd, 138, 88 being 86th. 138 is Donald Trump, 88 is Trump, 11/3 the opening of One World Trade Tower, 86 means to eliminate. It's death and rising all in one number of him, and there is no better numerical number than that by anybody born. So people born on 3/19, 1998 have a very special number, and it does divide evenly, and it comes to 3078, which again is that Crazy Horse that we were talking about. Or did I lose my place? Hang on, let me find out where I was. Just a second. Oh, yeah, I moved it over. By the way, Golden Center 1 is potentially the final UFC fight. Because if this goes down on Tuesday, there's not going to be any more UFC, as there won't be any more electricity. And it's got 79 right there in the size, 79 for murder. So we like that. Yeah, there's more to it. I'm not even going to get into it. All right. Hal Holbrook, HH, 88, played Deep Throat, which is DT, Donald Trump, in All the President's Men. He was born 101 years and 190 days prior to 825 or to 825. 119 Donald in the Jewish Hebrew Gematria is coded. Deep Throat matches Donald J. Trump in the ciphers. Okay. Did not know that. Um, Gematria calculator. Let's bring that up and look at that. So Deep Throat right there, 49 reduction, where Donald J. Trump matches Antichrist. It's in reduction. Look at that. Wow. Brilliant work by our contributor. Sean Connery died. We've already looked at this. 10/31/2020, or exactly 303 weeks, 3 days. And there's other stuff too, I think, with his death. But we like that. Thank you. And on the same day, Jim Carrey was on Saturday Night Live, and he said, "Lose a president," quote. Marianne Trump Barry, sister, died 116 days. Um, to our 825 day, 116, backwards, upside down, 9/11. TV Batman Adam West died 88 years old on 6/9/2017. Tower 2, Tower 1, Tower 7, or 110 months, 16 days to 825. Again, with the backwards, upside down, 9/11. Or if you include both dates, you do get 11/17 coded there because it'd be 110 months and 17 days. So that's a big deal. 6/9/2017. I'll go ahead and show that to you. So if you include both dates, there's your 11/17. Zechariah 11/17. And it's also 2 months, 17 days for Tower 2, Tower 1, Tower 7, the order that they fell. Adam West, death at 88 years old. Did he really die on that day? I'd tell you no. I'll tell you everything they do is coded with celebrity deaths. That's my 2 cents. It's my story. I'm sticking to it. On May 8th, 2015, Trump photographed Michael J. Fox. I showed you the photo at a Rangers playoff hockey game. 11 years, 109 days to our event. Again with the 119 coded. It's also a backwards 9/11. Johnny Depp at the Glastonbury Music Festival on 6/22/2017 said, "When was the last time that an actor killed a president?" Talking about John Wilkes Booth. And of course, mimicking himself. That's 11/3 days to 825. Death and Rising. The first Masters, 322, 1934, or 1109 months to 825. 322, 1934. We got to take a look at that. Let's see what else is there. Well, I'll tell you what else is there. You run it to the rising day. 33,761. 761 is a total of end times verses of Revelation 357 plus 404. Excuse me, Daniel's 357 plus Revelation's 404 verses. Fascinating. Wow. Oh, folks. That is crushing it. Arnold Palmer, the king, died exactly 119 months prior, or excuse me, 11 months to 825. The Apprentice debuted, so I went ahead and ran The Apprentice uh, final show, and that was a direct smash hit. The Apprentice, Wikipedia. I'm not sure where it's at. I'm just going to bring it back up. Its final show was on February 13th, the release of No Time to Die song, but in the year 2017. So when you run that to our event, it's 348 in the days. 34 is murder. And in the same cipher, 48 is his name without the middle initial, just first and last. So when you see the 348, and we did last night while I was watching the movie um, Blind Date, and you think about Blind Date, I mean, when your right eye utterly darkened, you're blinded. I mean, I don't know. That's a reach. Anyway, the apartment number in the movie was 348. And it began with an 818 on the clock. And it began with the alarm clock going off and somebody talking. So it was a fusion of Groundhog Day and Back to the Future, because Back to the Future, the real time was 818. And in Groundhog Day, the movie begins with a morning show, clock radio. But instead of 6 a.m., it was 8:18 a.m. So Blind Date's got a lot of ciphers, and I did. Alrighty then. And so let's get back to it. And so we just looked at The Apprentice, but The Apprentice began on January 8th, 2004, or 22 years, 230 days, if you include both dates. And he likes that 223 because it's a backwards 322. The Georgia Guidestones took down on my birthday, July 6th, in the year 2022, which is going to be exactly, remember the 6 times 6 times 6, James Bond's card tag, 216, 216 weeks to 825. Yeah, I don't think I'd looked at that yet. That was awesome. Thank you. James Caan from The Godfather died on the same day. These alleged celebrity deaths. Hurricane Harvey is HH 88. And it hit on 825, Tower 2, Tower 1, Tower 7, year of 2017. And that was 4 days after that 821 2017 great eclipse, which was the first that formed the X across America. Wizard of Oz released on 825. Rothschild died on 22624, which was 911 days to 825. John Gotti's nickname was Crazy Horse. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? He was born exactly 111 years, 9 months to 825. 119 is Guinness coded, which is 119 is Donald in the Jewish Hebrew gematria. Means world ruler. Fahrenheit 911 is 22 years, 2 months to 825. Killing Crazy Horse Bill O'Reilly, published 9/8/2020, and exactly 311 weeks to 825. British rapper named Stormzy, excuse me, was born 726 Antichrist. 1993, which would be exactly 33 years, 30 days to 824. So if, yeah, I think if you include both dates, it's 825. No, yeah, it works the other way. Sorry. Crazy Horse equals 138 equals Donald Trump. 57 equals Trump assassinated on the same day, 7/7. Hulk Hogan debuted New World Order. We already went over that. Robert Trump died 8/15. That was 2 days, 6/11. Okay, we already went over that. And so let me make sure. Okay, very good. So we can kill that. All right, let's go over our prep. Amadeus, and thank you again to our contributor. Amadeus has the right eye symbolism over there. You're watching this on your smart TV. 86 and 79 are in the URL. So is 68. So Amadeus has definite meaning. And that film was September 6th and September 19th. So let's take a look at them. On our 11/17 date, 11/17 is coded. 41 years, 11 months, 7 days. There it is. Wow. 2,188 weeks. Wow. Amadeus, direct smash hit. The other Amadeus release does give you your 119, like we've been going over. It's got other stuff too, but if you run this to the rising day, turns into 121.80 Christ with the months and days. You got your 33, but if you include both dates or just run it to the total lunar is also dated on the 28th, suddenly you get your, now your 153 fish is coded all throughout, but you do have a 331, which is Trump's number times this year. Remember, Trump's number is 6 times 14 times 1946. His number is 163464. When you times that by the year, it begins with 311 and then fuses then with Revelation 11:7. You also have your 86. So Death and Rising is all there. So is your 311 code. 311 opposite 911. So it really, it's telling you his rising is this year. I don't think we get out of 2026 without the event, but I've said that for the last 4 years at least. So being wrong again, there'd be nothing to it. So who was this character that I went and looked back, born on January 27th, 1756? I have no idea. Oh, it was Amadeus. Yes, it was Wolfgang Amadeus. Uh, 8828 to the full moon date. And 88, of course, is Trump, but the 828 is also coded on the 27th, which is, they're both, the lunar eclipse is on both dates. It just depends on where you are on the Earth. It could be on 828 or 827. So we love that. 237 begins the hours, by the way, with Amadeus. And that will also be in play on day 237 of the event. So will the date of 825 in the hours. Wow. That is gigantica. Because you see the 824 right there. Well, the next hour, there's 24 hours in that day. So 237 and the date of 825, because it's day 237 of the year. All right, Amadeus looks like death. I didn't really see a whole lot other than murder 34 is in the years. But so the Dark Knight Rises teams were the Seahawks and the Steelers, and they actually played each other in a Super Bowl on February 5th, which is also the date of the final release of iPad Goat, because they took it down and then re-released it. And this was in the year 2006. And Hines Ward, who was running the football in The Dark Knight Rises during the explosions was MVP. So if you don't think the NFL and college football are very fake, then stay naive. You gotta love it. We love it for you. We love it for you. So when you run that date to the rising day of 8/27, it's 7,508 days for May 8th to the rising day. Death and rising. Little ritual there. Okay. Let's keep going. Crazy Horse 1996 film at the film Blind Date. The film Blind Date in the URL has 666. And I already told you about all the stuff that's in this movie, how it began and all that. Kim Basinger also looked very strange in the movie, but oh well. Kim Basinger? Okay. Oftentimes gorgeous, sometimes a little strange looking, which they do that with clones, body doubles, or through AI. But anyway, let's keep rocking this. So blind date 666 in the URL. You run the release date, and we got the 14396 on Rising Day 14398. 98th verse is White Horse Crowning, so I love it. I mean, but other than that, there's nothing else to it. I saw this movie Cleaner, 88 minutes. And look at this, 25th, May 8th. So May 27th, 2007. When I ran it to the Rising Day, I don't know. I don't love it. Anyway, there's another movie called Crazy Horse. Anyway, I guess I never brought it up. Chief Crazy Horse was the name of the movie. 86 minutes. What do you know? Release date April 55. Okay. Well, there's no release date, so there's the other Crazy Horse that we've already looked at, the backwards upside down. 9/11. John Gotti had a lot of nicknames, Crazy Horse. Remember, John Gotti is Trump. He is the Teflon Don, Donald. Don means boss. Donald means world ruler. All these mafia dons are just like popes, just like presidents. They're all mimicking the Antichrist. Or the popes could be the false prophet. I don't know. I think Antichrist, quite frankly. He was called Black John, which we all know about Black Adam film. By Upon This Rock I will build my church, the rock. Because the Antichrist is the Black Adam, just like Jesus represented, or Jesus and Adam were had something in common. Jesus was the next Adam, both created by God, not coming, uh, not conceived with the normal man-woman way that humans are born, conceived by the Holy Spirit. So Black John, Crazy Horse, Johnny Boy, the Dapper Don, and the Teflon Don. Hurricane Harvey, I just looked up what that came to. And The Apprentice, I looked that up and already showed y'all that. The 348. It's very fascinating. There's Kim Basinger. So you come over here to the final. So we're done. All right, part 99. All right, love y'all.